Hello mis amores and welcome back to my carrot. She'll be back. My hands are naked. Don't look at them, they're shy. Anyway, no rings today, I guess. How are we doing? I hope you're well. We took a little detour last week. Who knows where we'll end up next week, but this week we're in the kitchen. But speaking of detour, that's what this video is about. You know, sometimes in life you end up in a situation in which you're wondering, am I in the right city? And I have been asking me that question ever since I was born. Literally, I think I came out the womb, I was like,
is this the city I should be in? Is this the city I could be thriving in?
It turns out it wasn't. So I moved away, only took me about 20 years. Then realized, that next city was fine, but thriving is also not the word I would use to describe my situation in that city. Now I'm in Berlin, wondering, is this the city that I'm thriving in? So for an eternity now, there have been a couple of cities on my mind that I have considered moving to, realistically or not. Sometimes you're just seeking adventure, right? I'm at that point now more than ever. And if I can judge a city by anything, I think it should be by food. Nothing else matters really, right? And especially desserts. Because although I don't eat a lot of desserts because, you know, left and right, you hear shit about stupid calorie counting and shit like that. And as much as I try, I can't always ignore it because it literally is everywhere. Count your calories. Count how much protein you take, yada. When really deep down, I just love a good dessert. I don't love it overly sweet, but I love a good dessert. Actually, to me, a good dessert is just not overly sweet and not overly fatty and greasy. But something tells me that's also like underlying people talk, you know? So would I enjoy it had I not been influenced by all of that talk? Who knows? I feel like I'm going off the rails, and I should be on the rails towards my new destination, the cities. I don't even know. So in this video, I've chosen cities I'd consider moving to, picked desserts that are very typical for that city, and we're gonna make them. See which one's the best, and that would be the city I'll move to. Because guys, if a Libra needs anything, it's something to base decisions on. So let's get started with the first city. These are in no particular order. Actually, maybe, because deep down I'm probably influenced by my thoughts. Who knows? Actually, side note, I just wanted to quickly mention last week's video, and thank you guys for watching that video and for probably commenting and stuff. Honestly, for some reason, I've really been anxious to read comments and stuff, even though I know that my community is really nice, so anything you say will probably be really nice, and I feel very lucky because I rarely ever get hate comments, and not that I need them or want them, especially after so long now. I don't think I could deal with hate comments. For some reason, I don't know, something really stopped me. Like, I'm usually all up in my comments. With that video, I could not read a single one. I'm so sorry, but thank you. They will be read. Moving on, we're moving to Spain. We're moving to Madrid. This was a tough one. I mean, I know deep down in my life I will have to have lived in a Spanish-speaking country for at least a little while. Like, I know I need to because I need to perfect my Spanish. Realistically, I may be fluent on paper, but I am too scared to speak. And at the end of the day, I'm just a basic girl. Like, it was either gonna be Barcelona and Madrid, right? Yes, I would love a beach, but city-wise, I think Madrid speaks to me more. That's why I'm going with Madrid. Also, honestly, a friend recently moved to Madrid. Guys, I just, you know, decisions. Madrid it is. Then I looked at the sweets, honestly, that are apparently typical there according to the internet. And I was like, you know, maybe Madrid is not the place for me. Like I've mentioned in the beginning, you know, fat, greasy stuff isn't really for me, and like everything was fried. Now we're making something that I feel like I've made multiple times already. It's a version of a French toast, really. We're gonna try and make it as interesting as possible though, because apparently there are ways to make it more interesting. It is called torrijas. I definitely also had other options. Like I said, they were either fried or they were just too complicated for me. I can't do complicated things right now. La única cosita es, I thought I still had cardamom pods, but I don't. Let's go. What you're gonna need is a really crazy. Like always, I'm gonna make less. I'll tell you what's in the recipe though. 4 eggs, some white bread that's gone a bit stale already, preferably. That looks so cool. That looks fake. Oh wow. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. 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 That should be my drag name. 63 grams honey. 1 styronase, a liter of whatever milk you want to use. 200 grams of sugar. Extra virgin olive oil for frying, which is interesting. Like, we're gonna fry this in olive oil. A strip of lemon peel. I know this looks like a lime, but this is a lemon. And the same with 1 strip of orange peel. Honestly, I can't believe I bought an orange in the middle of the summer. It's from Spain though. This will go back home basically into a Spanish dish. And yeah, then you can also use a teaspoon of cardamom seeds. I still have the tiniest bit of almond milk, so I'm also just gonna use that up. No food goes to waste. Eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up. This orange, this lemon. Sometimes it just hits me again how good lemons smell and taste. We're gonna have to put our milk into our pot. I was so happy because I finally invested, it was €4, into a glass measuring cup. And yeah, maybe I should have invested because this is how it comes out. Like, you see the issue? Into it, we kind of put everything. The orange peel, the lemon peel, technically the cardamom seeds. I'm gonna take a bit off of this styronase. Like I said, I'm just making half the recipe and I don't want it to be too overpowering. We need 50 grams or 100 grams of sugar in there. Oh, that was too much. In we go. Now we bring it to a slow simmer. Slow simmer and cook for 15 minutes. Damn. And then remove from the heat. I'm just gonna start cutting the bread into thick slices. So what do we do now? Alert, alert, we're done. Our milk has been milked, whatever that means. It looks a bit more orange in real life, honestly, but it's fine. Now we're just gonna dunk our bread in there, and then we're gonna leave it on a plate to cool. Dump, soak them in the infused milk until they're fully saturated but not soggy. I think that's it. Saturated but not soggy, right? Turn around. Hey, get out. Right now. Thank you. Riveting content, right? Let's try this milk. Oh. That is Gorgina. I'm moving to Madrid. Guys, this is the tastiest thing I've ever tried. Let's move on. Wait, I can't move on. I can't break up. We gotta move on. I'm so sorry. This is the end of you and me. Guys, I just broke away my ex. Nobody's single. What is she saying? Nobody's single? Now I'm single? She's just mumbling. Now I'm out here single. Okay, I mean... Nobody's single. Beat the eggs in a shallow bowl and dip the bread slices in the egg mixture. In the meantime, heat about ½ inch of olive oil on medium-high heat. I don't know, it is a bit crazy to me to be using olive oil for this. Cover it in egg wash. Excelente. Fry 2 at a time, flipping them halfway so that both sides are crisp and brown. Remove them, let them drain on paper towels. We're now gonna mix 100 grams of sugar with 2 teaspoons of cinnamonio. I love cinnamon, I'm gonna add more. Love, love, love. Okay, that doesn't look like enough cinnamon for me, so I'm gonna add extra. I hate frying, maybe Madrid isn't my country. Oh fuck, I burnt this. No, it's fine, you know? It's like a Basque cheesecake. Ali! Some things happened and for some reason now, one side of each slice is slightly or more than slightly burned. We like it roasty, you know? We made that cinnamon sugar and we're just gonna dip all of the sides in there now. I don't know if we also want the crust. to be in there, but hiding the burnt sides a little bit. We set those to the side, and we're gonna use our cinnamon sugar, dump it in a pot, see if it covers the bottom of the pot. If not, just add a bit more sugar until it does. Now it says, then add the warm water and bring to a boil, stirring occasionally to dissolve the sugar. But I don't know how much warm water. 2 cups. Okay, so we're gonna need 1 cup. So this is our sugar, this is our warm water, this stupid ass measuring cup. Bring to a boil. And once boiling, we're gonna add the honey and then let it simmer for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes, that's so long. All right, look at that, we are boiling. So in goes the honey. The honey is gonna need some help until it becomes syrupy. Let's be honest, guys, that syrup was never gonna work. Why did we put so much water in there? So I've got like a very sweet water situation right now. We're just gonna go with it. This isn't even syrup. Like, what the fuck is that? ¡Holi! Hablamos español entonces porque estamos en Madrid y... Yeah, that's where you speak Spanish. And that's where you also have a dessert that I do no longer know the name of because it's been so long that by now I don't know anymore. I put them in the fridge for 2 hours now. It says 3 to 4, but I do no longer want to wait. Ta-da! This is what they look like. Honestly, they kind of look very nice-ish, considering that they're kind of burned. This is definitely not giving me French toast vibes. I like that it's not too mushy, and then it still has some texture that I'm still like biting on something, especially now that it's cold. I really, really love the star anise in there. I feel like without it, maybe it would have reminded me more of French toast, but really the star anise and also the subtle hints of orange and lemon really work in there. Also, I gotta say, I really like the burnt parts. This is really nice. That is giving like vacation breakfast to me. Also, it's not overly sweet. Maybe I didn't put enough sugar, even with the syrup on top. Now let me pretend I haven't tried the other 2 recipes that we're gonna try in this video and say, let's see if the other 2 can hold up to this. Welcome back, or should I say, bienvenue. I gotta work on that. We're staying in Europe. Actually, we will be staying in Europe with all of these cities. I just don't want to have to think about a visa or anything like that. So we're staying within the EU. We're still trying to be a little bit realistic. So that's why London is also off the table. I know that also in this life, I would really love to live in London for a little while. I might even consider moving to Paris. And the reason being, I do have this craving urge in me to do something in fashion, and obviously Paris just makes sense there. The thing is, a lot of jobs do want you to be able to speak French, which I don't. Technically, I'm not really interested in learning French either, but for the right job, maybe I would. Also, I've been told that I would fit into Paris. Not gonna lie, I have flirted with some guys from Paris, so hey, you know, maybe it would make sense in that regard. Maybe my future boyfriend, husband lives in Paris, and maybe that's why I just put it out here as an option. Who knows? Paris has a lot to offer, obviously, in desserts like patisserie and stuff, which is something I so love. So maybe Paris isn't a good choice because, I mean, technically in terms of desserts, maybe it's the best choice. Then maybe I would just eat that and only that. So that might be an issue. I've made a pain au chocolat on this channel before. It was more of a pain au chocolat, really. Funny, please laugh. Also, I've made eclairs on this channel before. So we're gonna go with something that is very easy to make, because for it, we're not gonna make a puff pastry, we're just gonna use bought one. We're gonna make a tarte. Not saying that out loud, I feel like I've made this on this channel before. There is no way that this will not be good. So I'm sure there are complicated recipes out there on how to make a tarte, and we probably won't be making the best one ever. But I think for a homemade version, this sounds really good to me. So here's just what you need for it. 2 Honeycrisp apples. I already cut them into 1/4-inch slices. Like I said, some store-bought puff pastry. 1/3 cup of brown sugar. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. 2 tablespoons of salted butter melted, and it's currently melting in the oven. And then we just preheat the oven to 190 degrees Celsius. We're just gonna put the sugar into our butter and mix it. And we're also gonna put our vanilla extract in there. And then the mixture is supposed to resemble wet sand. I'm not sure if this is enough. Here's my next confession. So obviously a tarte is usually around with these little ridges. I don't have a tarte thingy, so we're gonna use this. It'll just be my interpretation. This is what we're gonna put our mixture into. Clearly that's working. Spread it out evenly then. Let me just do that. Then we take our apple slices and just put them in nicely. Obviously you'd be able to do that in a round. I'm not, but that's just what it is, guys. Well, I wasn't sure if I had enough apple, and now I just have too much apple. More apple for me. Next, the puff pastry. Is that enough? Cut a little bit more than you need, and then you essentially just lay it on top. Like I said, guys, this is probably not how you make it. This is how we're gonna do it. This is how we do, yeah, shouldn't make it. It's not gonna do it like that. This is how we do. We do want it to go up the sides just the tiniest bit, but also not really. I wonder if this pastry is a little bit too thin. We're just gonna cut along the sides a little bit, leaving a little bit of room to the top. You just have to really seal it shut, really close that gap. Well, guys, and I hate to say it, actually I love to say it, our tarte tatin is ready for the oven. And I feel like that could not have been simpler. I wonder if I should have added cinnamon, just to add cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Guys, I don't know, now we just bake it for 20 to 25 minutes, and then we let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. Until the puff pastry is golden, by the way. Okay, my fellow Parisians. Took the tarte tatin out of the oven. Now we have to invert it onto a plate, and then we can eat it. Oh, wait, that looks gorgeous. Imagine I had a round cake form. This looks gorgeous. It almost looks like peaches now, actually. Now I'm extra excited. That was so easy. Look at that. Part of me just wants to bite into it for the sake of content as well, but demure. I did such a great job on the puff pastry. It's so puffy. Look at all those layers. Gorgeous. I wish the pastry was thicker. I think I could do with 2 layers of the puff pastry, but I mean, that's an easy fix. I would love cinnamon on top, but I can obviously add that. I could eat this entire thing right now. And that was really so easy. Imagine this with some ice cream on the side. Paris, maybe I love you. Je t'aime. J'adore. Je m'appelle Vincent. Vincent. Like, my name fits right in, right? Like, so many French people are called Vincent. So much so that many people have asked me if it's French. It is very sweet, obviously. So maybe another layer of puff pastry would really be extra nice to sort of even out the sweetness. I love Paris! Let's move on. I'm sure you might be able to guess the 3rd city that we consider moving to, right? We, meaning me. I think it only makes sense to consider this, and it would be Milan. Yes, I'm half Italian. I've got an Italian ID, so I could be like, hi, I'm Italian, but then they speak Italian to me and I'm like, this ID is fake. Which it's not, but in that moment it would be. But hopefully I'd finally be able to speak Italian fluently. And then second of all, it's also, you know, fashion. I think it would make sense in that regard. But then, and that's something I definitely consider heavily with all cities, apart from the desserts, we've got politics. Italy, not really something I wanna consider right now. Same with France, so really, technically we only have Spain, and I think that is also my best option in that regard. We're just gonna be judging the desserts right now. Technically, Milan is the only city out of all 3 cities that I'm considering that I've actually been to. My father is actually from a city very close to Milan, Como. That's where Lake Como is as well. So that's where we'd always go on vacation. But actually, I had never been to Milan before I went with Naomi and our friends like 4 years ago, which is crazy because it's very close. Honestly, I wasn't super impressed with Milan. Milan isn't the prettiest city, is it? We haven't explored super duper much, but also I feel like there isn't that much to explore. Like it has its nice corners, like what's that area called near the canal? Something that was cute, but like that was about it. No, I'm sure there are pretty corners and stuff, but I wouldn't go there if I wanted to go to like a very pretty city. But then again, I live in Berlin. The biggest, Milanese dessert would have to be panettone. I'm not about to make panettone. There is no way. So we're gonna go with something else, and I just feel like, browsing through the options, not that many options according to the internet, but like I had to go with the coffee one, right? I have no idea how to pronounce this because technically to me, that looks like a very Spanish word. So I'm a little bit confused. Does Italian even have J's in words? Anyway, it's a barbajada. Italian is what we're speaking because I would say barbajada in Espanol. You have coffee, milk, cocoa, cream. Obviously this is gonna be good. Let's make the hot cocoa first. We're gonna make it in a pot. We're not gonna take the sweetened, drinking hot cocoa. We'll be using the one you bake with. So we take 40 grams of that. We'll be adding 50 grams of sugar. Unite anche l'acqua e mescolate. Okay, 100 milliliters of water. And mix. That looks good. I'm just trying to get in the corner. Why can't you see me? So we turn on the heat. Come with me, you guys. Come here. There we go, kind of. We need the cocoa and sugar to be dissolved, and then we're gonna add 100 milliliters of milk. Let it do its thing until it becomes thick. Okay, I feel like this is nice and thick. Wow, this looks so good, you guys. Then we just add 100 milliliters of coffee ristretto. I low-key wanted to thicken again because now it's no longer thick. This is done. I'm excited. I'm just like, how am I supposed to get this in here? Oh, yes. This is giving the chocolate sauce from churros some whipped cream. Yeah, this is very hot. I may have overfilled this, so I feel like we gotta go in, and we gotta go in quickly. Maybe with this. It's hot though. Maybe with this. Guys, what can I say? This is chocolate sauce with whipped cream. Would love a bit more coffee, so maybe I do 200 milliliters of coffee and no water. Guys, I need you to make this. Give me that. I feel like this is nice. Putting it on your spoon and then dipping it in. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, Milan. I can't stop. No wonder my parents never took us to Milan because that's all we'd be drinking. So how many of you are from Milan? And how many of you have had this? I mean, it's simple also, but it just makes so much sense. Also, I really can't stop. Gorgeous. I probably look a mess. Milan, I love you. Wasn't this a super successful video, guys? I'm so happy. Everything was great. I hated how long the torrijas took, just unnecessarily, because at the end of the day, it's just French toast. It's great to make in advance for that reason, so maybe that can also be something positive. Je ne sais pas. Which brings me to Paris. I loved it. This is fantastic. I'll be eating this up tonight, unfortunately. And then obviously, of course I was gonna like the Milanese coffee drink. I think I could have done without the whipped cream even, and still would have loved it because it just tasted like a great chocolate sauce. I don't even know how to decide. See, now I still got an issue. Now I still don't know where to go. I do know that no matter where I go, I'll be able to find great desserts. Okay, no, honestly, if we go for desserts, then it would have to be Paris, right? And for that reason, I guess I can end this video. Thank you guys so much for your help, and even more so, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you'll try all of these recipes. And lastly, just thank you guys so much for watching. Entonces nos vemos la próxima vez. Oh, I should say that in French now, no? Et salut! Salut!